In the pale light of morning, before the streets had fully awakened, Zara Ndele, a young cleaner in her early 20s, walked carefully along the damp roadside. The rain had stopped hours ago, but the puddles remained, just like the weight of her daily struggles. Her uniform was neat but faded, her shoes barely holding together. She carried a small paper bag with bread and wore old cleaning gloves tied to her belt loop. Her steps were silent, but her will was loud. As she reached the corner near Kelsbridge Avenue, a white SUV barreled down the street. She tried to step back, but it was too late. The tires slammed into a puddle, sending a wave of muddy water straight onto her. Zara froze, shocked, soaked, and humiliated. The SUV slowed briefly. A window slid down. Inside, a woman with crimson lipstick and designer shades glanced out. Valerie Omondi, a well-known socialite and influencer. She laughed cruelly and shouted, "Watch where you walk, darling," before speeding off. Zara didn't scream, she didn't cry. She just exhaled slowly, wiped her face with the back of her sleeve, and kept walking toward Crown Oak Residences, where she worked as a cleaner. Across the street, a man had watched everything from his parked sedan. Kwame Adeyemi, a silent observer and one of the city's youngest billionaires. Owner of multiple luxury properties, including Crown Oak. He'd seen the mud, he'd seen the smirk, but what caught him wasn't the cruelty. It was Zara's silence, her dignity in that moment of shame. He made one calm call: "Find out who that girl is." By the time Zara reached work, her soaked uniform clung to her skin. Mr. Godotto, her supervisor, gave her a cold look. "You're late, again." "I got splashed." "No stories," he snapped. "Get the lobby spotless. VIP check-ins today." She nodded and disappeared into the supply closet. Her coworkers glanced at her but said nothing. She changed into an older backup uniform, pulled her hair into a bun, and started mopping like nothing had happened. But inside, she was hurting. In his office overlooking the skyline, Kwame read Zara's file. "Lives in Old Easton. 2 jobs. Caring for younger sister. Mother died 2 years ago." He stared at her photo, a soft smile, holding a little girl in her arms. He muttered, "She didn't deserve that." His assistant asked, "Should I do something?" Kwame nodded slowly. "Not yet. Let's just observe." At her penthouse, Valerie posed in front of a mirror. She adjusted her gold necklace and took a selfie. Her phone buzzed constantly. Fans, designers, and photographers. She was the queen of appearances. "That girl shouldn't have been standing there anyway," she scoffed to her assistant. "Lucky I didn't run her over." Back at Crown Oak, Zara wiped marble floors until her back ached. Around noon, she sat behind the building with her damp bread, trying to eat. Just then, a man passed by the hotel entrance, dressed casually with a cap and sunglasses. It was Kwame, incognito. He watched her from a distance, how she handled her lunch gently, how she checked her phone for messages, how calm and graceful she remained in solitude. She reminded him of his late mother, strong, kind, and invisible to the world. He walked away, but something stirred within him, a plan. The next day, Zara opened her locker and found a paper bag inside. Inside were a fresh sandwich, new gloves, and a note. "For the one who works with grace, even when the world doesn't." She looked around, confused, but no one noticed. It had been weeks since she'd eaten something warm. She smiled softly. Miles away in his office, Kwame watched the internal security feed, one he legally had access to as the building's owner. He saw her reaction and whispered, "Small steps." Valerie was meanwhile on a talk show, promoting her newest handbag. The host gushed over her. But when the cameras stopped, she barked at her staff, "Why is the lighting so bad? Fire the new guy." That was her world, flawless on the outside, hollow inside. That evening, Kwame made another call to Crown Oak's management. "Promote her quietly," he said. The manager hesitated. "She's just a cleaner." Kwame's voice was firm. "She's not just anything." The next morning, Zara was called to the office. "You've been reassigned to VIP floor duties," the supervisor said. "Effective immediately. Better hours. Better pay." "Sir, I never applied. It's been approved." Whispers began the moment she walked out. "She charms someone rich. She's got connections." Zara ignored them and got back to work. But deep down, she felt something new. Hope. On her first day on the VIP floor, Everything was different. The air smelled like flowers. The carpets were soft. She cleaned every inch with care. From a distance, Kwame watched, disguised again, behind a newspaper. When she walked past, he gently asked, "Excuse me, do you know where the Sky Lounge is?" "I'll take you there, sir," she replied with a polite smile. As they walked, he asked, "Do you enjoy you?" She smiled faintly. "It's not a dream, but it's honest. I'm just trying to get by." "You're doing more than that," he said quietly. Later that day, Valerie received an envelope. Inside was a photo of her car splashing Zara. A sticky note read, "Not everyone forgets." She ripped it up, but her stomach churned for the first time. The next morning, Zara opened her locker and found another note. "Keep shining. The world sees you." Her eyes watered. She didn't know who was behind the gifts, but someone cared. Days passed. Her kindness never faded. Her work was perfect, and Kwame noticed everything. One day, he invited her into a private lounge. "No cleaning today," he said. "Just wanted to say thank you." "For what?" "For doing your job like it matters." They talked more. He asked her, "If you could do anything, what would it be?" She paused. "Hospitality school. Maybe manage a place like this someday. But that's far off. Right now, I'm just surviving." Kwame didn't reply, but later that week, Zara found a folder in her locker. Inside, a full scholarship. A note read, "You never asked for anything, but you deserve everything." Her eyes filled with tears. Eventually, Valerie tried to slander her, leaked fake stories online, claimed Zara was using Kwame for money. The gossip spread fast. But Kwame held a press conference and said, "Zara Ndele is the most hardworking, honest person I've ever met. Anyone who doubts her, doubts integrity itself." Applause followed. Zara watched it all from her small apartment, overwhelmed. Weeks later, she walked into Crown Oak's anniversary gala in a simple sky blue dress. No designer label, no makeup artist, just grace. She was announced as Employee of the Year and handed an award. She took the mic and said, "A year ago, I was just a cleaner in worn-out shoes. But someone chose to see me, not my uniform, but my heart." The room fell silent. That night, as she walked home beside Kwame, they passed the same spot where the SUV once drenched her. She looked down. "This is where it started." Kwame smiled. "No, this is where you bloomed." They walked forward, together.